Hello, this video is an overview of the Rapid ILL borrowing workflow you can use for requests that are not available in Rapid state or are updated by the lender as a bad citation. This information is for Rapid libraries that use the Rapid webpage for managing their borrowing requests. While most requests sent to Rapid are filled and delivered by a lender, a small percentage of requests will not result in a successful transaction. Libraries that use the Rapid webpage for managing their borrowing requests identify and manage these requests via the main menu page. Let's first review requests that were unfilled by the lender or lenders that received the request. If all lenders for an article or book chapter request are exhausted, the request will move into a Not Available in Rapid status and will display in the queue of the same name on the Rapid webpage. We can see that we have one request currently in Not Available in Rapid. To review this request, let's click on the queue. I'll click on the main library branch to view the request. The purpose of this queue is to let us know that this request was not able to be processed by a Rapid lender. I will go ahead and manage this request as needed. This might vary depending on your local workflow and policies. It might entail, for instance, sending the request out to another resource sharing service since it was not able to be filled in Rapid. Once I have completed this process, I will clear the request from the Not Available in Rapid queue by clicking the Done Processing button at the top of the page. It is important to note that if this queue contains multiple requests, clicking Done Processing will clear out the entire queue, not just the first request listed. Now we see that there are no pending requests in Not Available in Rapid. Let's look at Bad Citation. Lenders have the ability to update requests to Bad Citation if they believe there is an error in the citation that the borrower needs to review. We can see that there is one request in the Bad Citation queue, and the lender has provided a note to let us know that they were unable to find the article in the volume and year requested. Let's click on the request to review further. Now I can see all the citation information for the request. If I scroll down to the bottom, I see there are some options for updating. If I decide I would like to fix the citation and send the request to additional Rapid lenders, I can scroll up to the top and edit any field that is not grayed. I would update as needed, then scroll down and click Save and Resubmit to reactivate the request and send it to new lenders. If I decide to leave the request in the Bad Citation queue to manage it later, I can simply click Leave in Queue. If I decide that I just want to complete the Rapid request without fixing the citation, the best option for me is Delete the request. This doesn't actually delete the request from the Rapid system, it removes the Bad Citation queue and updates it to Final Delete status. When I update using Delete Request, there is no other action needed. The Cancel Request update removes the request from the Bad Citation queue, but will then place the request in the Not Available in Rapid queue, requiring a final update to complete. I find that the Delete Request update works best in this scenario, and I will go ahead and use this update to complete this transaction. I receive a new delete request form where I can enter a delete comment and then update to complete. Now we can see that there are no bad citation requests. This completes the overview of the Not Available in Rapid and Bad Citation Request updates. I hope this information is helpful. Please reach out to the Rapid team if you have any questions or run into any issues. Thanks for watching.